Ride with this vibe, ride with this vibe. My delegation, the real is the acts of the apostle. Ride with this vibe, delegation, the real is the acts of the apostles. I know the prophet. Mount Zion, God body building up like Lou Ferrigno. The gospel that we pumping, we work out everywhere we go. Stop, I say to Levi, watch I go on the bench. And can't pass to the Northern Kingdom, tell Judah to get up with me. We on the road, cruising so smooth, I just let the top down. Do everything in order, we solid then from the top down. We standing up for the most high against the evildoers. Wicked niggas out here scoffing, but somebody had to do it. They just talking while we proving the gospel that we stand on. We fit for the defense against who handling the word wrong. No, this ain't no vacation, but feel the sunshine vibes. It's all work and no play. We soaring, look how time flies. So fly, most high, fresh, purple with the gold.
We're going to show you, according to the Bible, who you are. Because God didn't make a color of people. He made nations. And he named those nations. Watch this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. This be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So Moses is speaking to the children of Israel. Are you familiar with the Bible? You believe in God? So the children of Israel was God's chosen people. Is God's chosen people, right? And Moses is speaking to these people. So who's the children of Israel today? We're going to show you out the Bible, right? Give me the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. We're going to show you that you, my brother, you're not black. You're not African American. You're not a Negro. You're not colored. You are a child of Israel.
That's right.
Watch this. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So Moses is telling the children of Israel, if you don't listen to God, right? If you don't listen to God, this is what's going to happen to you.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So God said, if you don't listen to his commandments, these curses will come upon you. I got a question. Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? A curse. Is that good or bad? You say what?
That's good.
A curse. If somebody just walk up to you, you don't know, and they start cursing you out, is that a good thing? No. So a curse is a bad thing. Let's read some of these curses. Give me verse 48. We're going to read some of these curses. How old are you, my brother? 50, right? You ever heard of slavery? Yeah. Right, I see you looking at the signs. Watch this. This is a curse on our people.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger.
So in slavery, didn't we have to serve the people who put us in slavery? Right. And if you was hungry, what you had to go get? You couldn't go to get your own food, right? So you had to get it from who? Who you had to get your food from? The white man, right? That put you in slavery, right? Keep reading. And in thirst, if you was thirsty, who you had to get something to drink from? Exactly. Keep reading.
And in nakedness, and in want of all things.
So in nakedness, if you wanted clothes to put on your body, who you had to go to get them rags that they put on us? The white man. And in what?
And in nakedness, and in want of all things.
And in want of all things. If you want to understand this Bible, you had to go to the slave master to understand this Bible. And he taught us. Now I got a question. If he put you in slavery, you think he was going to teach you the Bible the right way? Right. But in slavery, what they taught us? Slaves, obey your masters, right? They didn't teach us the true nationality that we the Israelites. They taught us slaves obey your masters. You know what else they taught us? Easter Sunday. That's what they taught us.
Bring it
they
out.
taught us Good Friday. How you doing, my brother? What's up? What's your name?
My name's Jake.
Jake?
J-A-Y.
Jake. All right, how you doing, bro? Look, we out here showing our people. Come look at these signs. What's our nationality according to the Bible? All right? I got a question. What would be your nationality or your race?
Like, you know, like the true answer or what I'm like American wise?
What would you say?
I'll say
But all right, so you know you're an Israelite, right?
I was telling him I'll be on this side right now while I pull up there.
All right? How you doing, man?
I don't think you understand what today is. You say you about to go hustle, do his little thing.
Nah, my brother, we can't do that. Today is the Lord's Sabbath day. But real quick, my brother, since you know, give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
No. He said
So,
Sabbath.
the Lord's Sabbath day. Right. You're not supposed to be buying and selling on the Lord's Sabbath day. All right? Watch this. Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel.
Now, Jay, you know you're an Israelite. So God's speaking to you. Read.
What does the Lord thy God require of thee?
What does God require of his people? Right? Keep reading.
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Now, how do you do that? How do you fear God? How do you walk with God? How do you love God? How? All right. To you? What?
To me, you gotta live according to how you say live. You can't eat certain things, you can't do
Right.
shit, you can't do certain shit you can't do.
Right? But we gonna sum it up real quick in a couple of words. Keep reading.
To keep the commandments, to do what? To keep the commandments of the Lord.
So God said if you love him and fear him, you're gonna keep his commandments, right? Y'all brothers love God? Y'all fear the Most High God? Give me Exodus chapter 20. We're gonna show you how to love God and to keep his commandments. Because God didn't command us to keep Good Friday. God didn't command us to keep Easter Sunday. God commanded us to keep his Sabbath days. Watch this, read.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
The word holy means separate, right? Separate. The Lord's Sabbath day is different than any other day of the week. Watch this. Keep reading.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day,
But the what?
but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So you know the 7th day is the Sabbath, right? So how do you keep the Sabbath holy or separate from every other day of the week?
Don't work and don't work.
Don't work?
Don't sell. Don't watch TV.
Nah. We're gonna keep it going.
Don't buy.
Don't buy, don't sell. What else? We're gonna go over real quick. So we have a good understanding of how to keep the Lord's Sabbath day. Watch this real quick. Before we go over the Sabbath day, I'm gonna show a commandment that you might not know. Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 11. Because when we come out in the streets, we come out to prophesy. How you doing, my brother? You got a flyer? Get you a flyer, my brother. All right, we come out in the streets to prophesy and show our people what's gonna happen in the end times. Watch this. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. So when you come out here and you say, I know I'm an Israelite, what you're saying is, I keep God's commandments. So we're going to show you a commandment that you might not have known. Read.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
So the head of every man is Jesus Christ, the black Messiah. Right? Read.
And the head of the woman is the man. And the head of Christ is God.
So that's the order. God, Christ, man, woman. Right? Our men must lead in these last days. To bring your family back to Christ, you have to lead your households. Right. But watch this. Keep reading.
Every man praying or prophesying.
Every man. So this is a commandment to the men. My brother, how old are you? Oh, you a man. You a grown man. God said every man doing what?
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered. So right now, you're in the midst of prophecy. We're prophesying to you, showing you what you got to do, right? So every man, read it again. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. Every man with his head covered, he's going to dishonor his head. Now, do you remember who's your head?
You talking about like my real head, like with a hood on?
Yes. If you have your hood on, you dishonor your head. Who's your head?
The Lord. So you saying is this? Hold on. So y'all saying it's disrespectful to pray with your hood, like or for to do what we doing with your hood? Like,
Yeah, we're not saying it. The Bible gonna say it. Read it again. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse. All praises to the Most High. The brother understood it.
You know what that is, my brother? That's a sign of repentance. You see how this brother moved just now? The commandment came out and he took his head, his hood off. Watch this. We got more commandments how we should move in these last days. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. What we doing? We cleaning up our hoods and we showing our men how to come back to being godly men. Right? Keep reading. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16. Now ye not, know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth within you. So today we don't have a building called the temple, right? God said you are the temple of God. We are the temple of God, right? Your body is the temple of God. And you want God to dwell in you, right? Watch this. Here read. If any man defile the temple of God, but if you defile your temple, you know how people defile their temple? Smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, shooting up heroin, eating crawfish on Good Friday. That's how you defile your temple. Eating Easter ham. That's how you defile your temple. So, if you want God to dwell in you, should you be smoking cigarettes? No. No. So, just like the brother took his hood off, what should you do with that cigarette? What should you do with that cigarette? Huh? Oh, you don't smoke like talking about. But right now,
But you smoke though.
right, I see you putting it in your pocket. It's gonna get crushed anyway. So what should you do with that cigarette? You should what? Go ahead on and do it then. You see how the brother repented just now? He took his hood off. There you go. There you go. Toss that to the wind. All praises to the Most High God. See, that's how our people are supposed to move in these last days. Because we've been taught according to the white man. We haven't been taught according thus saith the Lord. Give me Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20. We have to call out evil when we see evil. You know, you want to know what else is evil? Easter Sunday.
Right.
You knew that? Like you did, right?
I don't celebrate no holiday.
Right. You supposed to keep what?
I'm supposed to keep what? Every day.
What are we supposed to keep? We read it earlier. The what? Holy. The Sabbath day, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So we're going to go over the Sabbath, my brother. That is also idolatry. We don't know. We do the sign of the cross when we pass by a graveyard. Watch this. Watch this. The book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good. So the Bible says, woe unto them. Woe means destruction. You're going to get destroyed if you call what's good evil. The good things are God's commandments. But watch this, keep reading. And good evil, that put darkness for light. Read again. The book of Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good, and good evil, that put darkness for light, and light for darkness. So in this country, this is the darkest country on the face of the earth. They say Easter is a good thing, and it's not. It's evil. You worshiping the devil, but you don't know. What does bunny rabbits and eggs have to do with Jesus Christ?
Bring it out!
Make it make sense. Does a bunny rabbit lay eggs? No. They have live babies. You know that, my brother? Rabbits have live babies. Just like a pit bull, just like a German shepherd, like a dog. So what does eggs and bunnies have to do with Christ?
We're going to show you. Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Because our people, like it said, they put good for evil and evil for good. Smoking cigarettes is an evil thing because it tells you it's going to give you cancer, right? And our people don't know this. Colossians chapter 2, verse 8.
The book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8. But lest any man spoil you. Read it again. The book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8. But lest any man spoil you.
Read it again. Beware.
Beware.
That's a warning. Watch out, my brother. Beware. Lest what?
Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
The word spoil. You know what that means? If you have some milk, right? And the milk is spoiled, is it good? No, it's good for nothing. You throw it away, right? It's destroyed. So God is telling us, beware lest any man destroy you. Read.
Through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
So I got a question. Has there ever been a year that you was born that Easter didn't come that year? No, they celebrated year after year after year. That's a tradition. Right. It's a pagan. It's a pagan holiday. It's not according to the Bible.
Bring it out.
God said keep the Sabbath day holy. Keep the feast of Passover. Keep the feast of Pentecost, right? Keep the feast of Tabernacles. Right. So why do our people celebrate Easter Sunday?
But they lost.
Huh?
They lost.
They lost. And that's why we out here. To show our people who we are according to the Bible.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.